He was crushing it on the Tracer. His pulse bombs, which you and I have always said are kind of something that a lot of pros could improve on, but they're pretty much on point all over the place. Didn't miss a whole lot of them. So, but I do think he'll probably just be on the Pharah, so it won't really matter anyway.
Well, Iceboat is also their soldier, so they are going to have to try to figure things out, and it seems like he's going to start off this map as well.
Alright, so the attack coming in here from LG, 3 tanks with a 76 in the backline. Gonna be looking to win the shield war to start things out, and LG being a little bit tentative here, going to let their soldier and Roadhog get to work.
Yeah, just kind of rotating around here, not trying anything cute, not going up top, but they do have to be worried about the flanking D.Va. She comes in the backside while the Reinhardt goes up front. They kind of get caught between two things over here. D.Va gets unmexed in the back line, though. And she
getting hit
kills
with that hook 1.0 in a moment, has to back out. Hedan gets on the D.Va. Defense, though, retaining momentum as, oh my goodness, super lucky to be alive there. Went very deep, but you know what? Rob 420 has his back, keeps him up and alive, and Hammers will withstand this very first push.
Dan and Mineral just desuited the D.Va, and she blasted Mineral in the face. He died to a desuited D.Va with an Ana next to him. That's rough.
Hey man, never underestimate the Bunny Blaster. It does some serious damage if the D.Va doesn't get immediately melted. But next fight here is underway. Super has an Earth Shatter up and out the way. Super Pluke still quite a ways away. And Hammers right now, they're being smart about this. They're not being crazy aggro, but you know Super has a tendency to go in, and here he goes. He's going to go in. Nano Boost on the way, setting him up, waiting to drop the hammer, but doesn't even need to in this case because 2 people die immediately, and Hammers can just conserve the ultimates.
Yeah, that's 1 ult used, and they get a lot of kills for it, absolutely dominating that fight. It's shades of old school. Just super buffed up Reinhardt going in. It's not the speed boost anymore, but still very difficult, and you just give him the speed boost with a Lucio. Who needs the Ana ult to do everything?
And now you take a look at Hammers. Vol going to have Graviton up here for the next fight. A firm array of tank ultimates up and ready for Hammers, and a sound barrier. So offense, if they take this, they're going to have to do it on even terms and even resources. But with that Transcendence out, Vol probably isn't going to get what he wants here, even if he lands a perfect Graviton. Vol will be able to counter this. There's a Graviton. There's a Transcendence to keep everyone alive, as Super still goes in anyways. And Hedan does get bursted down despite the Transcendence.
Well, the Graviton comes in the other side, though, and the shields are down. That means Icefelt is free reign, does not even have to aim. He's got his glasses on, takes everyone down. So some casualties go down there first, but once those shields are out of the mix, that means that Icefelt is going to feast, cleans up that buffet of kills on the point waiting for him, and they will take first point rather easily.
And the thing is, there's a trap there where even though you can burst people down through the Transcendence, you're still unlikely to kill most of them through the Transcendence. They got 1 kill, they didn't get much else, and during that entire time, LG was able to return fire, then they blew ults of their own, and it was a very nice counter engage when it was all said and done.
I feel like a lot of people just aren't used to playing with a Zenyatta on their team because there's so many times where you get grab and there's a Transcendence up, and then you still have people trying to get out of the grab and they end up getting themselves away from healing.
Super Luke right now hanging on to the Earth Shatter, gonna drop it. 2 people falling here early on, and LG investing a lot of ultimates in this fight and getting rewarded. Hammers gonna be trying to bring this back. Vol going in deep. At this point, I think he's just trying to get ult charge, because the rest of the fight not going super well here for Hammers. They're going to have to back off and look to re-engage in the middle, but oh, what a stagger. Rob 420 goes in the Ube, and not the way you want to, by Hook Express.
It's not the cleanup there. They had a really nice Earth Shatter, got everyone down. There was a bio grenade on everyone. There's only a couple people alive, unable to do the damage. When your main source of damage to a bio grenaded, Earth Shattered opponent is a Lucio shooting his primary at him, you're probably in trouble.
No doubt about it. Here comes LG back on to the payload once more. Defensive Hammer's going to have to look for something to soon. They do have the Nano Boost. That Nano Boost going to go on Super. Who else? He's swinging the hammer, going in. Vol builds a Graviton. Will he drop it here in this fight? 5v5 on the payload. And Hammers, though, they've created a lot of space here, Hex, where maybe they don't need to use this. They're about to have 3 kills cashed in, and Vol will be able to save that Graviton.
Yeah, they're able to clean up their eyes. It was amusing that Avast was just trying to 1v1 the Ana in the back lines, trying to play his own little version of the game back there.
Oh no, not like this. Oh my goodness, the stagger is beautiful. Icefelt just getting those few extra seconds. All he wanted to do, Hex, was die in a deep, dark hole.
I think it's the Hammer's wrinkle. It's the first time I've seen it where they get the hook and then the sleep dart, but then they add in the charge too, which adds in a couple more seconds. I think I saw it on Route 66. I believe it was Hammers who did it. Someone tried to jump off the cliff. They hooked her and then charged her too. So the staggering tactics continue to impress.
It is the breakfast machine of staggering. That is all I am going to say there. But Vol right now holding on to his Graviton, just waiting for the enemy team to turn the corner. Unfortunately, he peeked. They saw him. The guy know it's coming, so he's not going to get quite as easy the Graviton engage. But you know, he's just sitting here. He's just like, you know what? You can go in. It's fine. But he's got thrown the Graviton. Graviton pulls into, and the rest of Hammer's going to get to work.
Ube's got to be careful, not careful enough as Rob takes him down with 2 shots, adds some damage in there too. So Rob able to take down Ube rather easily. The transition to Pharah was expected, but they're just punishing it. Now they're looking for another hugely late stagger. Icefeld all alone over here. He's going to try to dodge the hook. He gets 2.0 right back up, gets slept, and there's going to be a charge. Oh, poor Icefeld.
Oh no. The stagger is, oh god, why? This is brutality.
It's perfect.
That is the longest charge to stagger a diva.
It's a perfect stagger. Is the breakfast machine a reference to Back to the Future?
No. It's sort, what's it called? There's a better. It's a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
It was in Pee-wee's Adventure, basically.
Okay, yeah, I knew there was one. There's also might be one in Back to the Future. But yeah, no, I totally know
there could be. Now that I think about it, but. Hammer ESports right now, so many ults in the bank, so many ults up on the LG side. This is going to be an ult showdown for ever was one. Graviton starting things out. Icefelt the big bang over the top. Diva Explosion doing all sorts of work. 3 kills here from LG, and when all the ults are thrown into the fray, it is going to be LG standing on top. They're going to buy themselves a little bit more time to attack last.
They're probably going to get to this point. I don't know if they're going to be able to get bodies out here to contest, and no point too soon because they're going into overtime. Icefeld exacts his revenge for the worst staggers I've ever seen back-to-back in a game. Takes 2 with his self-destruct over top. What they really need to be looking for, though, is Ube's got Barrage, and they're going to be able to boost him. I'd be stunned if he does not get this on a boost.
Alright, Hammer ESports coming back in. Highly aggressive here. Self-destruct leading the way. Doesn't get too much, but will buy some very crucial space to start things out.
Time to raise my APM.
Hammer's still on the payload. Super holding on to the Earth Shatter. Offense coming in here in a moment. Ube can look to be a little bit sneaky here. Has Barrage up and at the ready, but another charge coming in here from LG. This time, it's Super Palooka going in deep as Ube holding back, punishes Jake, and justice might be about to rain from above.
Yeah, Jake was the one who was trying to go in and get that hook. He had to miss his hook onto Ube, and then he ate a rocket for it, so that is going to allow them to kind of run free reign. But Rob has done a really good job of shutting down Ube with the limited resources they have to shoot down a Pharah. He has been the one to pretty much deny it. However, Jake going for that hook and missing it early really put him out of position. He had to burn an ult to do so and absolutely punish. So they're going to have a decent push to this. However, probably their last push of the game.
Icefeld self-destruct at the ready. Do or die here for LG if they want to finish off King's Row right here, right now. And Icefeld, this has not been a specialty. The specialty is what he does with Diva when it's not exploding. And right there, the self-destruct not getting what he's looking for. There was under pressure. Gets charged right to the backline. Goodbye, Icefeld. Diva bullying in fashion once more as Super gets to work off the scratch on. Swings the hammer, pulls in 2, and Hammer ESports going to be stopping LG before last.
Miral is up trying to keep it alive, but that is going to be it. That is it for the progress. I'm just really impressed that they didn't have to switch anything and were still able to handle Ube really, really well. Despite getting out of position, go for some hooks. You kind of have to do that when you know a Pharah is lurking around, and those are the best staggers.
To start King's Row, I mean, they put up such a good defense during the second point that even though LG eventually got the third, they put themselves in a very good position to take the tournament right now.
Rob continues to impress me on his Ana. What can't he do? He keeps teams alive, he hits fire grenades, he hits clutch sleep darts, and he shuts down Pharahs. Like, his resume as Pharah is just fully loaded. Or as Ana, rather.
Jake right now going in, has a very good hook angle to start this out. Reinhardt gets bopped to the higher level. Don't see that every day. Those knockback physics coming in. Ube lucky to get away with his life off that early hook and does not get away with his life. Lucio finishes Roadhog's plate as a Vast right now going in. He's an antivirus. He's also the support. 5v5 right now between both teams as Jake finds Hedan. And even though this is bloody, you gotta like the look here for Hammers as they start getting momentum on this point.
Anyone
Looking good as Icefall continues to get a couple of kills here. They are swinging through though. Avast going to keep Rob and Super well alive as Super gets the final clutch kills, gets Icefeld off the point. That is about as good as a first point you can ask for out of your team, and Super's pretty happy because he's about to have an Earth Shatter already up.
This is, I'm not going to say the worst case scenario here for LG, but it's not great. Now you have 5.5 minutes to defend just second, and help them here if they actually get through second quickly, because that would be an enormous amount of time to stall out not even the full length of last.
Well, we've got a flanking D.Va that is over there. I think Train.
Oh my god, what an Earthshatter knocks down 4. Super laying on the pain, laying in the hammer. Fitting way for Hammer Esports to be coming right in here, Hex, as they're going to get almost all the way to second off of this fight.
I mean, just to continue the analogy, but they did this also on their defense, too. They send Train behind the team. That's why you saw a flanking D.Va there to get behind them. And then they do kind of the hammer and anvil tactic. They put them between there. D.Va can always get out if things go awry, but you start knocking them down, then they're just stuck there, eating all those guns to the face. And, like, Train has done it time and again, where he is the backstop for Super's hammer.
Spree moving in, Graviton will be going in there, but he's going to be dying for the cause. Sound Barrier going to keep everyone alive, even in that sound barrier. No deaths here for Hammers yet. Finally, Vol goes down, and Ube looking for the miracle. He's done this earlier in the day on his tracer, darting back and forth, trying to bring it back in. Pulse Bomb is in, no result. Jake cleaning house right now, looking for this Lucio kill as Hammers moving in. Hex, if they cap this here, they're going to have almost 6 minutes to go from here to that last point in last.
Not looking great for Luminosity. I thought one of their best ways to win this map was to stall them out on second. Second on King's Row can be pretty brutal to push if you can stall them out towards last, but it has been a complete one-sided matchup in favor of Hammers right now. And guess what Super almost has?
Well, he almost has an Earth Shatter. Mineral might be able to mitigate some of the sound barrier, but Super has been almost unstoppable on this map here thus far. Swinging the hammer on the payload, getting far more damage than he ought to be. Takes out Super Fluke, and it's another massive Earth Shatter. Knocks down 3. The hammer play from Hammers. Undeniable, unstoppable, and Hammers might be well on their way to their first Alienware monthly Melee win. Their first time in the tournament, coming out of nowhere, and that's going to be it. Hammers defeats LG in a thriller. Great to see new teams having this level of impact in the game, Hex.
That's why I love the Alienware Monthly Melee. I'm surprised every single month. There's always a team that we were kind of, you know, didn't necessarily come to our top of our minds to invite normally, and then we're looking through teams. We're like, okay, there's some results here, some results there. We'll give them a shot. Who knows if they'll even be on stream? Whatever. We need another team, and then to have them come out and play as well as they did, Hammers has made their mark on the scene.
And I just want to say here to all those watching chat, please give your due respects. Throw up some hammers here for Hammers Esports, because you know what? They deserve it. Slasher, any words on what has been a remarkable finish here for what many people, including most of us, slotted in?